And welcome, folks, to the talk show, Let the Truth Be Told. I'm your host, Pastor David. And folks, I've been gone for a minute. I got injured on the playing field, and but I'm okay. But it's a Friday, and I just wanted to get caught up with everybody and let them know that this world is going crazy. So if you ain't got nothing to do, call your friends and let them know you're listening to Let the Truth Be Told Radio. I'm your host, Pastor David. Y'all come on in. It's a Friday. And right here at TECNTV.com.
That's just how we roll. You know what it is, how we roll.
It's a Friday Night Live, ain't no jive, right here at TECNTV.com.
That's just how we roll.
And I'm your host, Pastor David. Y'all come on in.
How we roll.
You got me on a Friday. It's time to get it on.
Yeah. Top of summer in the wind. You look at me like that, it can me make another kid. You're my heart, I'm your rib. If I ever had to for you, I would do a bid.
Friday Night Live, ain't no time.
3, 2, 1, it's going down like confetti. Quarter 10 to 1 shots again.
And I'm your host, Pastor
David. On the phone, promise that we're gonna trend.
And if you ain't got nothing to do,
don't kill
sit back and get you a brew or two.
You know what I like.
A glass of wine, it's prime time.
Daddy.
Let me put something on your mind. Y'all come on in. Friday.
It's on tonight.
Nice day
I'm
outside.
talking outside.
Let me feed your brain. Come
That's
on.
just how we roll.
This is how we roll at TEC. Friday.
How we roll. That's just how we roll.
Friday Night Live.
How we roll.
TECNTV.com. And I'm your host, Pastor David.
It's been a minute since I've been in it, swimming in it.
You should be living in it. Keep your hands all over me.
Never worry,
Come on in.
keep you coming. That's how you
Share
know
it
it.
around.
Who cares if we're but when it comes to you, I'm with
Pastor David on
whatever.
TECNTV.com. Throwing it down.
You're right.
And we got a great conversation tonight. So if you ain't got nothing to do, call your friends and let them know. You're listening to Let the Truth Be Told Radio. And I'm your host, Pastor David. Y'all come on. It's all about God in our world.
That's
This
just
is how we roll.
How
we roll.
Oh,
That's just how we roll. How we roll.
Friday night, TECNTV.com. I'm your host, Pastor David.
Baby, do that to me like that. No, I like it when you do it like that. Baby, yeah, that's how we do it like that. Baby, yeah, that's how we do it like that.
And if you ain't got nothing
Baby,
to
do that to me
sit
like
back and
that.
get you a glass of
I like it
wine.
when you do it like
It's
that.
prime time to
Baby,
let
yeah,
us
that's
put
how we
something
do
on
it
your
like
mind.
Baby, yeah, that's how we do it like
that.
that.
Friday night,
No, I like it when you do it like
right here with Pastor David. Y'all come on in.
like that.
Baby, yeah, that's how we roll it like that.
Do that to me like that.
You know I like it when you do it like that.
Oh,
Baby, yeah, that's how we do it like that.
That's how we do it like
That.
like I said, it's a Friday Night Live, ain't no jive. Right here at TECNTV.com. I'm your host, Pastor David. And y'all got me live tonight, man. We've been through some things, but God is good, and we're going to get through this. So let us enter the truth zone one time so we can get this conversation.
Somewhere I read that the greatness of America is the right to protest far right.
On the bridge.
No justice, no justice, no peace. No justice, no peace.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Muhammad Ali,
Ali had it
just
right.
refused to be inducted into the United States Armed Forces.
And this country still
The
don't
Biden
love black people.
administration is opening new ways for thousands of people from Cuba, Haiti, Nicaragua, and Venezuela
Let's
to
get
legally
ready
enter
to
the country.
rumble!
To protect his life and property, especially in a country that
Malcolm
the
had it right.
itself has proven that it is either unable or unwilling to protect the lives and property of those human beings.
Worst president of all times.
Global, universal, and coming from the windy city of Chicago, Illinois,
Now it's time to let the truth be told with David Lowery.
Y'all come on in. Y'all voted for him. I did. I don't know why. Welcome. Thank you. Welcome, folks, to the talk show, Let Your Truth Be Told. I'm your host, Pastor David. And man, it is good to be here. Folks, first, let me give all praises to God and my Lord and Savior, Yahshua, which is Jesus Christ. And I just have to let my listeners know, man, I was down and out. I got beat up a little bit. Last Tuesday, I took a fall, man, a good fall. But God was so good, he brought me back with no broken bones or nothing. So I've been recuperating for a few days. Some bruised up muscles, but it's good to be back in front of this mic. It's good to be part of the body of Christ. And I'm serious that we can say and do the things we're supposed to do in this name. So, but folks, this is our situation. Here we are in America. Black people we basically built the country. There's no doubt about that. There's no question. And the reason why I'm going is because the American people and patriots across this country right now, it is time for the American people to stand up and stop this foolishness. This has probably got to be the most asinine thing that I've ever seen as an American citizen. How is it? And somebody can call me at 708-663-5262. 708-663-5262. Can somebody please call me and tell me what the hell is going on in this country today? You know, as we sit back and this thing unfolds day after day after day, the migrant thing, the Fonnie Willis thing, the lawsuits against Trump, our economy tanking out. I'm talking about it's bad for the American people. And nobody is actually saying that. Everybody's sitting around on their thumb like, oh, yeah, we're going to get through. No, we ain't getting through this. To the American people and patriots across this country, this is an emergency. This is for real. This ain't on the stream channel. This ain't on cable TV. This is in the American citizen's household every day. We're under attack. We've been attacked by the homosexuals. We've been attacked by inflation. We've been attacked by the Democratic Party. We've been under attack by Satan himself. And he don't care because now he can walk around. The Democrats and those weak Republicans got this country so screwed up. It's so much evil going on. Nobody is thinking about the church. The pastors are not saying nothing. And the few people that are saying something, they're trying to suppress. But I keep telling people God is not going to be mocked because everything that God created, Satan wants to do himself, but he can't. So he has to emulate. He's not the original. He have to try to emulate what God doing to trick you if you ain't got no relationship with God through Christ. And I ain't on here to preach today, but I got to be honest with you. This is spiritual warfare. And if the men and women of God don't stand up, if a pastors don't stand up and say something, then the world is going to be gone. Brother Mo. Y'all have to excuse me for that. But if the men and women of God don't say something, I got a guest on the line. This is the brother, man. Brother Mo, you there?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Listen, and this is my brother, one of my construction brothers who does a lot of great work across the city of Chicago. This is my guest, Morris Anderson. And as a Black contractor, it is difficult. Always has been difficult for Black contractors here in the state of Illinois to get any business. When I was the president of the NAACP, I went to the tollways, and out over 65 years, they had never had a prime one Black contractor. And at the time, the Black contractors got together and proposed proposals to get some business, it still was shady business. It still was pushback. But what we're seeing now with the migrants that are here, folks, and I'm being honest, man, y'all got past the unscripted. I'm just really fed up to the neck up with all the stupid stuff. And I'm fed up with the fact that how dare you, the Democrats, how dare you bring these illegals in? Joe Biden opened the border. It wasn't Donald Trump. It was Joe Biden that did that. You bring these people in, and now the truth is coming out. You want to use them for votes, which we already knew. But the hardship that is causing in Black America, and nobody want to talk about it. But I got my brother on. Mo, I want you to tell our listeners a little bit about your business, what you do, and what are you experiencing now that the migrants are here and they're getting cheap labor and all of this. Talk to our listeners a little bit about what you're experiencing as a general contractor.
Yes, sir. I have no problem doing that. Thank you for allowing me to be able to speak, big brother, Pastor David Lowery. I've been holding this in for a long time, and I just think that the economy itself was already hurting, and now they brought the migrants over here, and they putting a black guy in the game. And so it's very, very hard for Black contractors to get work because a lot of our people don't patronize our business. You know, they don't go with the Black contractors. They rather go with other nationalities. And that's fine if you're spending your money. But also, when the money hit the Black community, it only hit the Black community one time.
Yep,
but
right.
the other nationalities, communities, it hit their communities about 20 or 50 times.
Now, Mo,
so the money circulates.
Yes,
right.
Exactly. And Mo, you're right, because I was talking to some friends of ours a couple of days ago, and I did some things as a young man. I would write or put a color on a dollar, and I would spend it at the corner store. And believe me, with less than a week later, I would see that dollar again back in the community because it stayed there. And that's what's not happening for us. Now, Mo, you talk a little bit about your business. I want people to know what you do. And so if people need a Black contractor, talk a little bit about your home improvement, your construction business, what you can do. And that way people can put your number out there so people can know who to call when they need great estimates and quotes. Go ahead, Mo.
Well, actually, we do general contract. We do house repairs. We do construction work. We do rehabs. So we do siding. We do concrete. We do landscaping. We do painting. We do drywall. We do flooring, framing. From the point to the end, we always want to do a great job on whatever project we take on, and we also do demolition work as well, and cleanup. We do landscaping as well. So the thing is that we're not getting patronized enough, the Black business. And then sometimes, let me say this, when we do get Black contractors, some of us don't do good work. Some of us do shabby work. Some of us don't even show back up. But none of less that when you call me, I'm going to be on top of it. I'm going to walk you through it. I'm going to explain everything to you. And 9 out of 10, I'm not going to leave until it's done correctly. And if something you don't understand about the project, I'm going to break it down to you until you understand it. So the fact is that sometimes they get these contractors out here. They just give them money and they don't do the job. They don't show back up. So now they call me or call other Black contractors. Hey, can you give me an estimate because I had a guy doing the work, this and that, and they never did show back up. So now I got to go behind someone else to finish their job that I don't like to do, but I'll do it because they call for my help. As long as I can help my people, but I always tell my people this, help me to help you.
That's right.
You understand what I'm saying, Pastor Larry?
I do, Mo, because it's just simple. You know, you and I, we've been friends since old football days, and I know the character the type of man
Yes.
that you are. And we from that old school cloth where if we say it, we're going to do it. If we can't do it, we'll figure out how it's supposed to be done. And so, and I want to let the listeners know I've seen Mo work. I've helped him, and his company does a beautiful job at getting the job done in a timely manner. And you'll be understanding on what you do, what you have to do. There's no shortcuts. There's always a great inspection that they do, man. So, folks, if you need them, we'll give his number out at the end of the show. But more importantly, what I wanted to bring on the show for, because my heart is hurting for this country right now. And brother, you are experiencing what the difficulties now that everybody didn't want to talk about. Everybody would, except myself and some others are saying, you bring these people in here and everybody like, oh no, but Mo, your business is suffering. Talk a little bit about that, how it has affected you as a citizen and as a contractor.
Well, it's affected me very, very tremendously. Here it is, certified, licensed, bonded, whatever how you want to call it. It's to the point that when you don't get a phone call or either someone say, hey, well, I want to consider you as my contractor. I want to put you to work. I want you to help me get these apartments rented out and stuff like that. That's fine. But when they brought these migrants over here and they'll use them more than they'll use me because they can know they can pay less. And then hypothetically, I even go to Home Depot, right? When I go to Home Depot, I see more individuals that not my color, loading up drywall, loading up lumber, loading up a whole lot of material. So I'm sitting back looking like, where's the work? Where are they going?
So you mean to say,
how did they get this work?
Did they go out there? They'd be at Home Depots and places like that looking for work?
Oh my God, it's packed. I mean, it's like millions of them out there. And it's like, when I'm out there, I may be getting some wood or something like that, some drywall, but I'm not getting as much as drywall. But it's like they're getting more work than ordinary, black contractors.
That's because,
and I'm saying to
go ahead.
I'm saying to the world that, hey, patronize the black contractors. Use us. We in the community. Use us. Man, if we don't understand something, if we don't do a good job on something, don't stop there. Continue to seek out black contractors because we need opportunities too. We have families. We have bills. We have to pay taxes. We need help as well. But the fact is that how the government in the city of Chicago just threw us by the wayside because they're giving other contractors outside of Chicago more opportunities than the contractors in the city of Chicago.
Yes, you are correct.
They give them more opportunities
because
not giving us opportunities.
Yes, you know what, more, and I'm wholeheartedly with you on this whole situation. But they are. See, this is the thing that I was trying to let people know. When you have a mayor like Brandon Johnson that does, see, I called him a mayor because he assumed a position that was too big for him, and he didn't know what he was doing, and he got in over his head. He has not had one successful venture. And all of these little small, silly things that they are trying to say that he's doing, like the Bears, he's going to save the Bears. All of this was already a game plan. To the American people and patriots across this country, this whole migrant thing was a game plan. As a matter of fact, what they're doing now is that they're coming out trying to get the migrants to be able to vote. They're not even citizens. The Democrats are trying to sneakily pass bills. They're trying to get the migrants to do ballot harvesting. Black people, we have been right all along. This was our replacement time. They hate us that bad that they would drive black businesses out of the business and then talk. But you know what, Mo? You know what?
I know.
You know, it's but brother, we grew up in Inglewood when it was black people. Well, I grew up when it was white people, and then there's black people. To all y'all people out there, my age, Tilden, class of 74, Lim Bloom, Eagles, Dunbar, congratulations on the championship. All of those schools are from an old school. It's time for us, brothers, if we still living, that we got to step back in and deal with this situation, man, because it's done got out of hand, and our young black people do not understand politics, and we got a bunch of educated fools running the country. You ain't never gonna be able to please master. You need to have your own, and that's what we've been talking about. But with the migrants coming here, Mo, I don't know, man. What you think about that, man? Have we got too far gone? Can black people get back together? These are some of the things we need to be asking ourselves, because if we don't rally our tents from this point, we're going to be extinct. Go ahead, Mo.
Well, Pastor David Larry, this is a problem. This problem been going on for many years with our own people, our own people. You know, we never come together. But the only time we come together is we drink, smoke, and fight. I mean, I ain't gonna say my age, but I mean, come on, man. But we'll come together, smoking, drinking,
and
fighting, and eat on the barbecue.
Right.
But we do not come together as one and say, hey, man, listen, I got $500. What do y'all want to invest in? Yes. What can we invest in? It's not just me, but I want all of us to get involved. If everybody put up $500 and we go look at a house or we go look at a building,
right,
and say, hey, man, hey, let's everybody's name would be on this lease. If we could come together just on one subject, but it have to start with the individual. I'm willing to start with me. See, I'm tired of pointing fingers. Let's just start to make this stuff happen, because guess what? We're talking about it, and it's a problem. It's like cancer. It'll never go away. But we need to make it go away.
Yes.
I mean, we need to come together as a whole and black people and say, hey, you know what? I got $500. What do we need to invest in?
But see,
let's not just invest in liquor. Let's not just invest in marijuana. Let's not just invest in gym shoes and clothing. Let's come together and let's put something together where we can have something for the future.
And Mo,
for our kids, for our grandkids.
Yeah, you're right.
So, but how many people is willing to step up?
Well, you know what, Mo?
How many?
You know what, Mo? Let me say this. And that's one of the reasons why I do this show, is for information and to make people think. You have to have some common sense now. The old adage is, bought sense is better than none. Bought sense is better than none. My mother would say that all the time. See, when you know what the problem is and you do something wrong, you learn from it and you move on. But the key to this, if somebody tells you that, hey, man, this is not the right thing to do, and then you, in your infinite wisdom, who've never done it before, jump up and say, no, you don't know what you're talking about, and do it anyway, and you suffer the consequences of the wrong actions that you set. So you just bought some sense. You just bought some sense.
Right.
So bought sense is better than none anyway. Because see, it's some people that ain't buying no sense because there's no common sense in them. I don't, Mo, and to the American people and patriots across this country, this is a very critical time for us as Christians, as men and women of God. I don't care. The religion is what's keeping people separate. It's the spiritual relationship that you have to have with God right now. I keep telling folks, this is the spiritual war. You keep walking around here, guns and all this crazy stuff. This is not going to defeat this. This has got to be the coming together of the body of Christ. no matter what Christians or whatever you are, if you're about God and Christ, you know the principles, then that's what this is about. And until God's people really understand that, man, people still walking around here thinking that their vote count. Let me say this. To me, it doesn't matter about the red or the blue. I don't give a damn about Illinois being red or blue. But what I do give a damn about is righteousness. See, right now, the American people have no longer an idea. We are all suffering. The people are suffering. Our way of life is under attack. Our children are under attack. We got illegals from over 180 countries in the United States right now. You can't buy a house. It's young people still living at home at 40 and 50 years old. They had to go back home. The government ain't doing nothing. They not giving no money out to the American people who've been suffering since COVID. So how are we supposed to bounce back? And this is all about a damn election. This ain't about doing something righteous for the country. It's about a power trip. It's a power trip between the blue and the red. The American people have become a casualty. You're killing the country. In case you didn't know it, you're wiping the future out with all these crazy ideas. This is why I say, Mo, it's evil, man. It ain't got nothing to do with common sense. This is Satan trying to emulate God, man. And the people are sitting back. I'm so glad people are starting to stand up. But we got to take the same drastic measures that they took to get us here, but in the righteous way. I'm not saying we shouldn't fight. Hell yeah, we got to fight. We ain't got no other choice. Our physical bodies and presence is under attack. And to us, God's people, we let this get out of hand. We let it get out of hand. Now we got to get back control of what Christ gave us through him and the Holy Spirit. That's all we got to do is take it back, claim it, and run these fools up out of here and create righteousness. No matter what color, do the right thing. I never understood what Spike Lee meant, but I'm telling the people across this country, if you do the right thing, don't worry about the Democrats or the Republicans. Do the right things, you will get the right results. That's all. So right now, the American people are so far inundated with so many distractions. There's so much going on. Mo, now, I know that there's a lot of drawbacks with the aliens that have come here, and it has affected you, and I know a lot of my friends that are business owners as well. And I wanted to get your thoughts on this, okay? Your thoughts on this, brother. The fact of the matter that the aliens are here, and how they've given them everything personally. How has it really affected you? Because I know a lot of people don't want to say what they feel, man, but I want my listeners to know you're a working man, you got family. I want you to be able to put this out there, man, because there's a lot of brothers out there that are experiencing the same thing right now. We're going through this right now. But the only way we're going to get through this is we got to stay in contact with each other. We got to do what we do. I want you to give the information out, man, so that people can contact you if they need any kind of construction work. Go ahead, give some time out, Mo.
Okay. Well, you can reach me. You can reach my phone number at 773-512-5165. And the area code, my number again is 773-512-5165. And also I have the email, AndersonLabor4@gmail.com. I'm gonna repeat that again. AndersonLabor4@gmail.com. And the reasons about that, because like I said, Pastor David Larry, I pay taxes. I'm running a construction class, a non-for-profit as well. And I also teaches individuals how to, drill, to use a hammer, don't even have experience of holding power tools. But the fact is that they're hands-on training. They can also go through the class, and they can also, start working in people's houses. They would get a certificate up under my company, and we would try to set them up with OSHA 10, so they can be able to go to the next level in their life, to take some gradual steps to progress in their life, to do better. But the effect is that we're not getting anything. The government, he just put us by the wayside. We don't have the opportunities. We don't get opportunities like the migrants got. When they came here, we don't get opportunities. They didn't offer us nothing. And we've been over here in the United States over 20, 30 years. And they not even thinking about giving us reparation.
No, man. You know,
they're not even thinking about doing that.
Yes.
So, but for them to step over people while they're here and waiting on housing, waiting on grants or whatever, and just say, hey, you know what, we'll put you guys on the backside, but we bringing these people over here that came here illegally or whatever, we're putting them first. And then second of all, they brought them over here, and you remember how they was had to tell us to do mandatory vaccine shots?
Yeah.
Some people had to take that before they come back to work. Some people had to take it. If you didn't take it, you would get fired. Don't you know they let all of these migrants in here without a vaccine shot?
And man, you know what, Mo? You're so correct, because I just saw in the news, and folks, we can't make this stuff up. Now listen to this. Listen to the timing of this. See, we have, what they're trying to do, folks, is they're trying to create another COVID scam.
Mm-hmm.
This government is trying to create another COVID scam. So you got all of these migrants over here in Chicago in one area. You can only house them for so long. So the extension that Brandon Johnson gave for these people to be inside this facility has ended. They can no longer stay in the facility. But it's just so happened that a couple of weeks ago, within the facility, there has been an outbreak of measles. And so you're talking about 18,000 people about to be turned out on the city of Chicago, all with measles.
Yes. Yes. So Pastor Larry, and that's a problem, because now I remember I had measles when I was younger, right?
Yeah.
But my wife never had measles.
So we could kill her.
Yes. But
yes.
do you think that the mayor, the government cares about that? No, they don't.
No, brother. You know what, man? It's so sad that, see, all of this thing is being done for one reason. This election has got them so stirred up to the place where they're feeling kind of desperate, and they're instituting measures like, they just passed a bill, tried to pass a bill that the Democrats say that the illegals can become part of the electoral college redistricting. See, because so many people have left Illinois, black people, everybody done left Illinois. They done left California. They done left New York. They're seeking other ground right now. And see, if the population numbers don't match, they could lose electoral college votes. You understand what I'm saying? So in order to not to lose those electoral college votes, they're bringing these people in to replace what has been lost. So basically, that was part of the scheme to make sure they could get them in, because who else would break the law? The Biden administration, the Obamas, the Clintons, the Soros, you haven't heard them say anything about them breaking the immigration law and what they're doing against the federal government. You haven't heard them say anything, have you?
Nope.
Nothing. That's because they're a part of it. The Democratic Party, the blue, have decided that they had no good candidates, and they're going to illegally change this country so that they can have an advantage to win a damn election. That's what this all boiled down to, folks. Now this is claimed, because the Democrats now want to pass the bill that says illegals can vote and they can be part of the electoral process without documentation, without being citizens, everything. This is all coming from the Democrats. They're trying to pass these laws. So what happened to what's best for the country? What happened to the American citizens and veterans? What happened to that? This is what I'm not understanding. There's no reasoning. There's no common sense. And the American people better understand one thing. Again, this is evil. This is pure evil. This has nothing to do with God. This is confusion. God is not a part of this, but he's a part of us, because those who stay and use their mind and say, hey, you know what? That's right. This is true. This is happening. We got to wake up. We really got to wake up. And if we don't wake up right now, the future of this country is going down at the hands of the Democrats. We just added another $1 trillion in spending. What we're about 40 trillion dollars in the hole. And the economy going, gas going crazy. Folks, this has to stop. Mo, check this out.
Yes, sir.
Now, let's talk a little bit about the schools. I know your son is in the school up here, and how are you helping your son? I know his birthday's coming up on the 18th. How are you helping him to cope with all the stuff that's going on in the schools as a young man?
Well, first thing I have to do, Pastor David Larry, I have to, what I do, I sit down with him each and every day, and he tells me all the stuff goes into school. They teaching him different. They're fighting in these schools. The school that he go to, he said, Dad, you know, man, it's hard for me to concentrate because these kids, 6th grade, is acting up, talking back to the teacher.
Wow.
And they're cursing, using profanity. So he's asking me, Dad, you know, man, why they do that? I said, son, because it starts at home.
Yeah, it does.
With the parents. Right?
Yes,
and
does.
So, and guess what he said? He said, I don't act like that. I said, because me and your mom, we were raising you better than that.
You'll get a beat.
We were raising you, son. And because we want you to do better. But he also understand that I'm not going to be a class clown.
Exactly.
Just because they acting up, I'm not going to act up. So because if I act up, I know my dad will be up here. Yes. And I know my mom will come too as well. But he's learning as a young man to say to himself, I don't want to be like that. I don't want to act like that.
I know you're going to celebrate his birthday coming up on the 18th, right?
Yeah, man. He have a birthday coming up on the 18th, man. He'd be 12 years old. He's 11 now, but he'd be 12. And also, I want to send a shout out to my daughter,
Go ahead, man.
Marissa. I want to send a shout out to my daughter, Marissa. Her birthday was on the 12th. She stay in Vegas. And also, I got to send a shout out to my nephew, Tony, Antonio Lord. He's 15 today. And I got to give one to my wife because her birthday was on the 5th. They're all Pisces. So I got to do that, man. So I'm around a bunch of fishes, but I love them. And yes. My son, he just knows like he have to deal with this stuff. And also they was trying to get him to take a vaccine shot. And I told him, listen, you don't have to do anything you don't want to do. If they trying to force you to take a vaccine shot, guess what, son? You know my number, you know your mom's number. I come and pull you out of the school.
Yeah. And see, that's the thing too, man. Mo, I threw that in there because I wanted you to elevate your son because he's a good young man and he deserves that, man.
Yes, he does.
What he's going through. But listen to this, man. This is probably it's really a heartfelt situation for our country right now, and I'm having I'm trying to put the right words because I could be the real black man and put some real words down, but I want my listeners to understand and have some empathy for the black community because we're under this attack, and then a lot of black folks don't even realize it. A lot of black folks are so inundated with trying to live, man, every day that they can't hold their head up to see what's going on. But This is what I'm saying. What has happened to our country is this, and this is one of the things I dislike about the Democrats. See, once you find out that they're the ones that are doing it, just like they're doing to the black community right now, they still mashing, Mo. They pressed the pedal down and said, you know what, F the blacks, we gonna just mash the migrants down on them. We just gonna make them do what they gotta do. And anybody that stands in the way is gonna get bowled over. Roland Burst told me one time, I was at a meeting with him one morning, he said, boy, a big blue wave is coming. And I said, ain't no wave bigger than God. But see, he knew that this was coming. These old politicians knew. So I want to say this. Today they came down, the judge came down with a decision in Georgia about Fannie Willis and her lover Wade, that she can stay on the case, but he has to be thrown off the case. Now, I want black people to know this. First of all, the charges, all these charges that they have put on Trump are the same type of charges, Mo, that they did to black men when they went to court or jail. You understand what I'm saying?
Yep.
And I'm keeping it 100 so black people can understand. Y'all, we got to relate to this. A lot of people, I got friends, man, who are Democrats, and they so asphyxiated on the fact that Trump is a racist, they can't see the whole world is crumbling around them.
Right.
So when we see these type of things coming down, we think that, okay, well, everything is bad for black people right now. The economy, our neighborhoods inundating. I mean, everything is really bad for black people right now. And so we need to really be understanding who the enemy is. But the enemy itself is the Democratic Party, because now think about this. Okay, Trump been indicted like over 91 times. When the Supreme Court ruled that he could be on the ballot, that stopped all that in its tracks, okay? It made that made all of them null and void. So now here they come at another way. They attack his finances to some woman 90 years ago to come back and say he touched her on the butt. These are all things that black men have experiencing in the court system for years.
Come on now.
That Joe Biden created. Joe Biden created the crime bill. And he said, man, I got the tape. I want to play it so bad. He said, I'm putting the niggers in jail because they are animals and all of that. But the thing of it is, but what Trump is experiencing is what black men have experienced our whole lives. How many times have they came after you, came after me? They came after somebody that you knew. It's somebody in jail that you love right now that went to jail 20 years ago because of Joe. And the point that I'm making is now, this serpent has gotten so good that he uses other black people to bring down other black people, see?
Yes.
And I'm getting black people to understand the Democratic Party is not your friend. They're not. They're not our friend. The Republican Party used to be our friend, but now they need us, and so now they're trying to be our friend again. This whole thing in Georgia, these trumped up charges all over the place, because I feel like this, man, God is using Trump as an instrument of war, because he's basically the only thing that's standing against between the American people and this rogue government now, from them that's stomping him over and implementing everything that they can to take control of our lives and our families. That's where this is all going. Destroy the American economy, do this. So the charges that Miss Fannie Willis brought against him, about 3 or 4 of them got dismissed during this time. The judge threw them out because there was no basis for them. This is the same tactic that has been used against black men in this system forever, Mo. And so what I'm trying to get black people to understand this, Trump, no matter what, if he is a racist, he still stands for this country. He still stands for the American way of life. He was the one that kept saying, we got to close the borders. And then after y'all put Joe in, what happened? The borders is open, the legs wide, just like a savage eating woman. Everybody done got in here. And it's affecting us. It's affecting our country. So when I look at this sister, Miss Willis, and this is what I want black people to really understand. How do you award somebody something good when they do a bad thing? And this is what this is why I keep saying we have to do the right thing. If you do the right thing, you get right results. They're using this black woman, Letitia James in New York, Alvin Braggs in New York. They're using black people to do their dirty work so that black people can see that Trump versus other black people, and we got to hate Trump for that. See, this is all a narrative. This is the brainwashing, man, because black people better wake up and get off this emotional kick talking about, well, he's a racist. I'd rather have a racist in the White House that's going to do the right thing and keep the American family intact and keep this country intact and do the right things by us first. I'd rather have a Trump in the White House than Joe Biden in here, like the Saturday evening woman. He got his legs wide open. Everybody rushing up in here tearing America up. And black people better wake up and understand that. Black people still talking about he's a racist. Who cares? We need to get what we can get when he's in power to empower ourselves. The Democrats ain't gonna save black people. How am I gonna save you when I enslaved you? What we gonna do about that? They enslaved us, destroyed Black Wall Street, and y'all black people still running around talking about, I'm a Democrat. You stupid. Look at our country. Look at where we're at. This is not by chance, it's by design. And y'all still running around here talking about, I hate red.
And Pastor David Larry, let me say something.
Go ahead, man.
But also let me put this out there, because this is on my heart. When black men, when we try to get together and do something as other contractors, right?
Right.
I notice always competition, right?
Yes.
Instead of us being in competition with one another, we should try to pull together and take on projects together.
Yes.
But I understand some of us want to eat and some of us want to be greedy. But the fact is that if we can pull a project together and close it out together, not only we do one project, but we can continue to do more projects, because two hands is better than one, right?
Yes.
So just let me tell you about the experience that I did. I went on a bid and looked at a bid for a demo. And, I mean, I'm dealing with black folks, our own people, as usual. And the guy had me thinking, hey, man, yeah, you got it. Don't worry about it, this and that. Next thing you know, the guy go live, and guess what? I see someone else. But some of our people, we talk black. Yeah, I'm with you, brother. I love you, brother. We gonna do this, brother.
Brandon Johnson.
But they go back and they say, hey, man, well, I'm gonna take him because his bid is lesser than yours. Instead of trying to say, hey, you know what? It's your bid. I'm gonna trust in you. I'm gonna believe in you. I'm gonna give you a shot. I'm gonna work with you. Let's work together. But they portrayed, I'm your brother. I love you. Alhamdulillah, all the rock bar. Well, Jesus love you. This and that. Man, I'm tired of hearing that garbage.
Bro, and you so correct too,
just
man.
because you black, that don't make you my brother.
Man, that's why I'm saying, telling black people, we have to stop being emotional, and we have to stop worrying about the Democrats. They're good at calling somebody a racist when they're the actual racist. It was Joe who created the crime bill. It was Barack Obama who created the homosexual laws that start tearing our families up. And all the other laws, it has been the Democratic Party. And black people need to see that. A lot of my colleagues out here, they're working, Mark Carter, and I want to say P. Ray and them, all y'all doing what y'all do. Hey, man, at some point, it's all coming together. You got to stay on the battlefield. But at some point, it's going to have to be a unified front. And our whole situation is, I'm like this. This is a very opportune time for Black people to step out of the shadows and create their own noteworthiness, financial worthiness. See, we at a place right now where we don't have no other choice. We can't keep depending on the government because the government ain't gonna give us nothing, Black people. But what we cannot do, we cannot allow them to capitalize off of our wallets and make money off of us and never put nothing back into the Black community. See, that is the problem that we're having right now. We don't have nothing of no reinvestments. All we're doing is spending. Somebody else come and you know, they pimp us off. Get in the Black community, you'll get rich. You can get a start there. Every nationality has came to the Black community. So this is a very opportune time for Black people to step back and start investing into ourselves and purchasing the communities up. Because the money, your taxpayer dollars that they gave the migrants, your taxpayer dollars that they gave the migrants to get here, to become illegal, to break federal law, and to move into the Black community, they're buying up the Black property. The city of Chicago just expelled them out into the city with measles everywhere. They got money, so that they got measles money, so they'll be putting that money all into our system. It's going to be an outbreak of measles in Chicago like crazy. That's Brandon Johnson. Them. These are all distractions. Black people, we are at a critical time that now we got to get rid of these politicians is the key. And we got to put people into office that are going to do the right thing for the American people, for the city of Chicago, the right thing, not red or blue, the right thing. That's going to be the success to America to come back, doing the right thing. Don't worry about what blue got, don't worry about what red got. Just do the right thing that you know, that the Spirit of the Lord or God going to lead you to do the right thing. That'll bring this country back. So Black people, we got to stop worrying about the colors and worry about just doing the right thing for ourselves. If we do the right thing for ourselves, this is a pivotal time. Pull our money out this economy, quit buying crazy stuff, start investment clubs, just like what you was talking about, Mo. $500 here, $500 there. Dude, you can go get a building for $2. You got a construction company. We all become one conglomerate. We rebuild our own community and put money back into the community. Instead of our people living under viaducts, man, we could get them homes in Inglewood and renovate them and put Black families back together. Create the future for our own kids. Open our own schools. Get them out the public schools. They're not learning nothing, man. Kids in their 20s can't even count change from a $100 bill. Wow. That's sad. That's the only way the Black community is going to get back. Mo, I got to get your last words. We're going to get out of here, baby boy. It's been fun. It's Friday, man. It's the sun shining out there.
And I appreciate you having me on the show, Pastor David Lowery. Big brother, I love you, man. You're doing a tremendous job. And I just thank you for just taking the opportunity to allow me to be able to express my feelings, you know, to the people, you know. And I just love the job that you're doing, and you keep doing a great job, Pastor David Lowery. And I love you, and you know how much I love you, and continue to let the people know the truth. I'd rather be hurt with the truth than be hurt with a lie.
I know that's right, brother.
But I'm going to give everybody my number again.
Yeah, give your number out, Mo, so people can call you, man. We're gonna get you a commercial together. We're gonna run ads for you so you can do your thing.
Yes, sir. You can reach me at 773-512-5165, and the area code number is 773-512-5165. And that's the owner of Morris Anderson. And then you can reach it's the company is Anderson Enterprises Landscaping and Maintenance. So we do all types of rehab. We do concrete, cement, all that. So give us a shot, give us a call. And also senior citizens, they get discounts. Veterans as well. So we have to put that in there because we want people to have, uh, opportunities. If they don't have the payments, all of the payments, we also do an installment payments as well. So
you got financing.
Yeah.
Good,
We do the financing. So like I said, work with us. If you work with us, we'll work with you.
Man,
so we have to work together. Let's work together, not against one another. And that's what I want to put out there, Pastor David Larry.
Man, you know what? I love you for that, brother, man. You know, we've been knowing each other a long time. We're going to get out of here. And we're going to get together, man, and we're going to chop it up. I'm going to have you back on the show. We're going to, like I said, we'll get a commercial together for you, and we'll run it. And, man, we hope and praying that God's going to bless it and continue to stay strong, man, and continue to take care of your son. It's a rites of passage. He's 12, Mo. He ain't a little boy no more. He's a young man from this point.
I know. Yes, sir.
Blessing, brother. We'll talk soon. And folks, thank you for tuning in to the show, man. I gotta get my old beat up stuff up off here. I gotta get up out of here in a minute. But I just wanted to let the people know. Let me get my little music together, folks. I'm beat up, but that's okay. I want to say this. And my last words are this to the people. We have an opportunity to make a change and to make a big difference in this election. I believe so. I think that people need to understand that the seriousness of this situation. This is not a situation that we can allow the Democrats to get back in because they played their hand fully. Their cards are out on the table. Just if this was a chess game. If Satan and God is playing in a chess game and Satan now think he has checked the king, remember this, God always got the last move. So what we're seeing is what the Democrats and all the evil people that's put out there, they think that they've made their last move. They have not. God is about to put them in check. But it's going to take us, the American people, to stand up and get back to the values that we hold so true that God gave us. See, I'm not trying to give my rights up. The ones that God gave me, I'm not trying to give them up. I'm not trying to give them up to the migrants. I'm not going to give them up. I'm not giving them up to the government because they work for me. It's time for the pride in the American people to get strong. We can no longer sit back and be weak and hope that, oh, yeah, it's going to go away. It's not going to go away. It's not going to get better for your son or daughter in the future. You see what the future holds. They'll collapse this country, and our children are not educated or smart enough to deal with the demons that they face, and surely they will lose this war. So to the men and women of God, the American people and patriots across this country, we see all the damage that they have done with J6. We see all the deception that they've used against us with the Justice Department. We see all the breakages of federal laws that they did with the migrants, and it hasn't stopped. But we can stop it. To the people across the country, to the American citizens, we can stop this. We can stop this in November. We can resoundingly go to the polls. We need to watch the polls. As a matter of fact, here in Illinois, coming up for the primaries, my organization is now prepared to do some poll watching. We got teams together. We'll be dispatching them across the city of Chicago and the suburbs, making sure that the elections are fair, making sure that there's no monkey business going on in the polling places. We'll be doing that Tuesday. And we're hoping that for the general election, we'll make the same move across the country, this entire country and every major blue city, to make sure the polling places are fair and that the American election rules are being upheld. We don't want another 2020. And we can't stand another 2020. So these are my last words. Well, folks, this is it. This is where the rubber hits the road. I can't get no more serious than what I am now. I know that the national media is trying to downplay it. Don't fall for it. Don't make you think for 1 second that Joe Biden is leading or close to Trump. It is not. That's the narrative they're putting out there. They don't want you to know that Joe Biden is probably losing by double digits. But they don't want you to know that because they want to cheat and they want to keep it close so that they can continue their rules. But we're not going to let that happen. So this is it. 2020. I'm saying we get Trump back in the office. It'll be the hugest mass deportation ever. And let us get this American country back on track. So if you're down with what we do, y'all come on in. This is how we roll. God bless you. Peace. I'll see you guys Monday. Y'all have a great, safe weekend. God bless you.
Yeah.
St. Patrick's Day.
Stop off summer in the wind. You look at me like that, can we make another kid? You my heart, I'm your rib. If I ever had to, for you I would do a bid. And I can tell that you're ready. 3, 2, 1, it's going down like confetti. Water to no one, shots again. If we do it on the phone, promise that we're gonna trend. Ooh, don't kill the vibe. You know what I like. Daddy, it's on tonight. I'm talking on side. That's just how we roll. What it is, how we roll. That's just how we roll. How we roll. You know what it is, like that, crazy.
It's been a minute since I've been in it, swimming in it.
You should be living in it. Keep your hands all over me and
never worry, keep you coming. That's how you love it. Who cares if we ain't fucking? When it comes to you, I'm with whatever. You know why? I won't kill you right. I know what you like. Get ready. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. It's on tonight. I'm talking on side.
That's just how we roll.
How we
roll.
Just like that.
That's just how we roll.
Oh yeah, that's
how we roll.
You know what it is.
Yeah. Baby, do that to me like that. No, I like it when you do it like that. Baby, yeah, that's how we roll it like that. Baby, yeah, that's how we do it like that.
Baby, do that to me like that. No, I like it when you do it like that. Maybe yeah, that's how we roll it like that.
Baby, yeah, that's how we do it like that.
Like that.
No, I like it when you do it like that. Baby, yeah, that's how we roll it like that.
Baby, yeah, that's how we roll it like that.
Do that to me like that.
No, I like it when you do it like that. Baby, yeah, that's how we roll it like that.
Enjoy your weekend. We'll see you Monday.